You always know that you're in for a good half-an-hour conversation when the producer walks into the studio and informs the fighter, listen, no swearing in the next half an hour. Just keep it calm.
Keep the potty mouth closed.
If you're calling somebody out, just keep it calm. The one and only Mr. Ezra Taylor very kindly has given up a bit of time the night after winning a fight. Normally you can go out and you can have a bit of downtime with family and friends and enjoy a bit of food and all those types of things, but you're giving up the time to come and join us on the show, so we're thoroughly appreciative of that, mate. Thank you very much.
That's it. Thank you for having me. I'm grateful, appreciative, and yeah, I fought a few hours ago, really and truly, and I'm here. I did eat some food.
Good.
I enjoyed myself. But it's all part of the lifestyle, you know what I'm saying? Be able to have a fight and then come in to be with you guys, it's an amazing opportunity. So yeah, I'm grateful and looking forward to it.
Last night was, for want of a better phrase, pretty straightforward, taking him out in 2 rounds. Your call, obviously setting up, hopefully, what is going to be a big 2025.
Yeah, 100%. We want to call this one a run-out. I never want to say it's a small fight because no fight's small. But yeah, I made it light work. I went in there, wanted to work on a few things, seen the opportunity and got it done. And now we're on to the next. We've got a big fight on the 10th of May. That's what I got my eyes locked in on, my mindset's locked in on. And yeah, just ready to just rumble and just get back into camp, really and truly.
I'm sure you'll back me up on this, Gareth, with this. At this stage of where Ezra's at in his career, activity is going to be key, isn't it? And to be able to finish a fight last night, be in the studio now and saying, I'm fighting again in less than 8 weeks' time on a big card, the Kakachi card against Lee Wood, that's very, very important for development.
Well, I've known Ezra a while now, and we've worked together with Warren boxing management shows. I mean, what's been brilliant for Ezra, I think, and you know, you can bear testament to this if you want testimony to this, that you've come up the old school way. You've come up quietly, but now you're making a lot of noise. You made noise down at the BIC last week with Lewie Edmondson, a fight you fancy. You know, you've already said to me on broadcast with Box Nation, with that coming back, that you're on those shows, that you want the Ben Whittakers of this world, you want the Liam Camerons, you know that you're only a couple of stages away. You have world-class power, you know that, and you're only a couple of stages away from being in this brilliant 175 mix where there are 10 identifiable names in the world right now, and you're a couple or 3 fights away from that.
Yeah, 100%. Thank you for that. Yeah, I believe so. Like you said, I'm doing it the hard way, but I'll be honest, Gareth, I don't think there's any other way for me to do it. I haven't had the GB background, the pedigree. I've only had 18 amateur fights. I'm now on my 11th professional fight. You could still say on paper I'm a rookie, but but in reality I'm not. You know, I took a fight yesterday. Doesn't need to be on a Queensbury show. Doesn't need to be on a TV. I'm not a fancy boxer. You know what I'm saying? I want to fight. I want to get to where I need to get to in ample time. Do it in style. Learn on the way, which I'm doing so, and I feel like I've kind of shaken off the prospect reins, and now I'm a contender. And I believe everyone in the top 10 in the UK light heavyweights, they know my name, and it's not of arrogance, it's just of confidence and how I've been working. So I feel like we're heading in the right direction.
We've got you for half an hour, and I want people to, this is a very well listened to show. A lot of people, it's a magazine show, if you like, every week. Where have you come from? Why did you get into the sport? You're a handsome, physical Adonis. And with
Stop flirting.
All right. It's all right. It's in public.
PG.
It's in public. Call HR. That you've got cannonball power. That's why you're known as a cannon. Where have you come from? How did you get into boxing? Were you in other sports before?
No. Do you know what? I couldn't kick a ball to save my life. I was small. I was no good at basketball. I was crap at tennis. I was no good at any sport. And being a British kid, growing up in Britain, and you're not good at any sport, especially not football. It's like, where do you go? What do you do? I thought I was useless. That actually caused a little bit of insecurity in me. And then I had so much energy at school. I wasn't the baddest kid, but
the most hyperactive.
I was definitely the hyperactive. There were teachers that didn't want to deal with that student. I was that student. And then my mum was like, you need to do something. You need to find somewhere to, put your energy into. And boxing was the thing that I found myself.
How did it come about?
You know what's crazy? I like playing games. And I had a friend, and that's video games, that is, yeah. And I had a friend called Corey, and he was like, I'm going to a boxing session on Saturday. It's only a Keep Fit class. This is at Bilborough Boxing Club. I was like, that sounds all right. I was like, yeah, go on, I'll give it a go. Why not? And then I was like, yeah, I'll meet you at 11 a.m. He was like, yeah, I'll meet you at 11 a.m. I got there. He wasn't there. He stood me up. But at this time, my mum's dropped me off. So I've got no boss money, no nothing. I have to stay here for an hour and do a session. I'm looking inside the gym and it's looking daunting. I'm hearing boxing bags getting hit. It smells different in there. It don't smell too nice. It's not too pleasant. No one's really warm and welcoming. But I was like, you know what? I'm here now, so let's get it cracking. And that's exactly what I done. I was in there and I enjoyed it. I think one time.
How old were you at that point?
I was 15.
Okay.
15. So still relatively late, if you want to say so. And I enjoyed it. But I don't know why I enjoyed it, because it was so hard. I think at one time, halfway through the session, I had to go outside to get my breath back, but I could hear my heartbeat in my ears. I was, I could taste pennies. That's what you get from boxing. It's that
taste pennies.
It's a great description,
right? And you know what I'm on about?
Copper in your mouth.
Exactly. Yeah, you don't know if it's copper, you don't know if it's blood, you don't know what it is, but it's not nice. But
it woke you up.
It woke me up. It made me realize, this is not. It's not a game. But then I finished it. And the self of accomplishment I found from boxing was that, it was hard. I had to dig deep. I did, and I came out on top. And I'm here. My mom's gonna pick me up. I'm gonna go home, have some nice food. It's a great day, and that stuck with me. It resonated with me as I kept going back. Without my friend, I didn't need my friend anymore. So now I'm developing my own confidence. So then that was just an ongoing thing. And then the coach started to pay attention to me. My amateur coach right now, Ray Ricketts. Happy birthday to Ray Ricketts, by the way. But my amateur coach, he moved me to the higher class. These are now associated with the boxers who are carded. Carded boxers means that they fight, the amateur boxers. I didn't want to fight. This wasn't a plan. I was just doing it and I was all right. And he was like, come on the Tuesday class at 6 p.m. So it's gone from Saturday keep fit at 11.
Now you're sparring, son.
And now I'm sparring. Now I'm saying, what's this plastic rubber thing you got me putting in my mouth? What's this, a gum shield? Put it in my mouth now. I got taken care of in the ring a few times.
Everybody gets whooped a couple of times.
100%. And I think it's the becoming of a man, right? So I got whooped a few times. I realized that this wasn't for me. I didn't want to do it again, and I stopped. So that was from 15 to 16. But I still had that energy inside me. So then I went to the gym. So I go into the gym, built myself up, got some muscles, turned into a 6'2" Adonis, as you like to say, right? And then I was like,
you're in great shape for 175. Oh, great shape.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I feel like that's my perfect division for now. It's amazing for me.
And then you went back to the gym.
And then I went back to the gym to see them guys who gave me, a little bit of medicine, and I wanted to just reciprocate the energy. That's all. So when I went back, a few of them were still there. I think the coach obviously see me how I hit puberty at the right age and the right time with the gym. So I came back a light heavy now. But when I started, I must have been about a welterweight, but I came back a light heavy. And then the rest is history. And then, I dealt with the people who I needed to deal with. I said, this feels good. This is great. And then kept on going.
Addicted.
And then now I'm the carded boxer. Now I'm the boxer getting for fights. And then, just took it from there. And I was like, you know what? Something clicked inside me and said, I want to be the best at this. Not just the best in my gym. I want to see what's out there. I started doing research. Roy Jones Jr. and Andre Ward, they were my two role models. So if you look at my style, it's a bit flamboyant, a bit flary. That's from the Roy Jones side of things. And then now I want to be defensively sound like Andre Ward. So I combined both of them to the two. And I was like, you know what? Forget both of them. Let me create my own style. And I started to want to make an impact in the sport instead of just being a contender or being a number. I feel like I'm here to really change the game, pioneer it in a sense. So now we're here.
It helps when you knock people out as well.
And this is when I'm knocking people out, and then it's going well. And you know what's crazy? I had 18 amateur fights. I only knocked out one person. Crazy, right? I won 15 of them fights. So out of them 15 fights, I knocked out one person. And again, I didn't think I had any power. But then this is the beauty of boxing, because you go through such a journey. You start learning how to jab, footwork, and whatever else, and you do it full circle. And when you turn professional, it's a whole different ball game, but you're doing it again. So now I'm practicing the basics, the technique, and now
finding the sweet science.
Finding the sweet science, and the sweetest science is when you knock someone out clean and you're hitting them with good, clear shots, and that's what it is, man. I really love what I do. Like, I love boxing. I was saying to my friend the other day that I think we have boxers nowadays that are just boxing. They don't love what they do. They're just doing it because they've done it for so long. But since I started at a late age, my first amateur fight was when I was 19. I'm now 30. So I made a decision to want to become a world champion and do boxing at a late age. At an age where I didn't need to get influenced or swayed by anyone else. It was a decision of Ezra Taylor's. And that's what I'm running with. And that's why I'm still in love with what I do. I love it even more going forward. So I think that's also a difference between you know, a boxer who's just boxing since 8 years old.
Yeah.
You know, just
going through the motions of it.
Going through the motions. Oh, my dad was a champion. My uncle was a fighter, or whatever else. And then
this is
there's
what
me.
I do. Yeah.
I have no one in my family fight. I have no friends, no family who are, you know, associated in that path at all. I'm the only one who's kind of created a way. Hence why I feel like I can be the niche of the sport because I've done it myself.
Stick with us. Ezra's going to stick around for the next 15 minutes or so because we're going to get stuck into calling out various people in his division like British champions and what have you. And we're also going to talk about trips to Los Angeles and training with Malik Scott. So don't be going anywhere. You listen to Fight Night. I would like to apologise to our guest in the studio. Gareth Davies does like to have a bit of a rave on a Saturday night.
It's my playlist.
Whenever there's a bit of trance on, he does like to throw a little bit of shapes, taking us back to the 1990s. Were you born in the 1990s, Ezra?
1994.
Okay, all right. Still a little one in the 1990s when this man was out and about raving. Nottingham fighter Ezra Taylor's in the studio with us. His next fight is in his hometown. I bet you're delighted about that. May the 10th on the undercard of Lee Wood versus Anso Kakachi. It's not going to be against this man. I'm going to show you something, right? Because obviously last week when you were at the BIC, you were asked a couple of questions about a particular person in your weight division who is currently holding the British title. For those that missed it, this is Ezra last week.
Well done for winning tonight, though, man.
No problem.
Well done.
We'll get it on end of the year. No worries.
End of the year, no stress.
After May, sweet. Let's do it in July, bro. Sweet, no problem. July, sweet. Sweet.
Alright.
Who was chasing you? I was chasing you. Let me talk.
Who's going to fight tonight?
Was I chasing you? Be honest.
No, you were. You chasing me. What happened?
Let's not lie.
Look at that little bit of changing room action with the current British champion in the light heavyweight division, Lewie Edmondson, who was in action last weekend. It continued because I know that previous to that particular thing, I think they got you together, didn't they, at some type of weigh-in as well, where you had a little bit of back and forth, and then they put a camera on you whilst you were watching him have a fight and you were having comments on that. You know what I mean? This is obviously the direction where maybe not the next one, but the one after that, you would think that you would be fighting for the British title against Lewie.
Yeah, fingers crossed. I don't know if his fingers crossed before that, but yeah, man, it was good to see him, you know, in the flesh. There's been a bit of back and forth.
Where did it start? Where did the back and forth start?
He's been in my DMs from, I'm not too sure, man. Could be from 1994. I couldn't even tell you. It's been a while. I don't look at my messages too tough, and one day I opened it and I just seen like a monologue of him just going at me. But at this stage is, on paper, I was ahead of him in career side, so I'm not looking back. I'm happy to take fights going forward, and I even said to him, I was like, get a belt or get something of a worthy standard, and we'll fight. You know, I got the WBC International belt. Apparently, that doesn't mean anything because now he has the British and Commonwealth. He thinks he's the man, he's the king, and you know what? I respect him, but for getting them belts, that's an amazing achievement. But now you have that. Now you are on my radar.
What did you make of his performance against Olu Kawaja last weekend?
Man, if I could blow raspberries into this mic, that's exactly what I would do. That was poor. It was a poor performance.
Too much showboating?
I don't know what it was. It was too little of anything, to be honest. I didn't see any power, any skill. It wasn't that great.
What would you do to him then?
I said to him I'd fold him, and I think I believe I'd fold him. You know, I'd hurt him. I'm a light heavyweight who fights like a light heavyweight. You know, I'm in there to do damage. I'm skillful, I'm evasive, I'm elusive, and I'm there to, you know, be spiteful. You know what I'm saying?
Can I get you spiteful now then? Because let's talk about some of the other light heavyweight. Yeah, go ahead.
Get stuck into that absolutely in a minute. But do you think that particular fight you're going to have to get mandated before that opportunity comes, or do you think Lewie Edmondson will take that fight with you after what we see on May the 10th?
Well, do you know what? With boxing, I believe Lewie Edmondson does want to fight. At one point, I think he does want to fight me. But again, there's teams and managements, and it's a completely different thing. I know I want to fight. My team's ready and waiting, and that's the only thing I can really confirm. But in terms of him, I just knocked out someone like in 2 rounds yesterday. 10th of May, probably going to do something great as well. And that may alter his mind on where he wants to go with fighting, because there's other people out there. There's Ben Whittaker.
Well, you've called him out before as well, haven't you? Tell us what you think about his. Does he showboat too much? Is he overestimated? What's your feeling? He's kind of the golden boy up and coming in the division.
With Ben Whittaker, do you know what? He's a very good boxer, man. He's fast. He uses reflexes a lot, but I feel like he's still stuck in his amateur way of.
Did he quit against Liam Cameron?
I believe so. I'll say it for sure. I was there and I seen everything unfold. Again, I couldn't tell you what injury he sustained, but as a warrior, as a fighter, you're gonna get up and try and fight. I didn't even see an attempt to try and get up and have a fight. If he got up and he dropped and whatever else, then I'd understand it a bit better. But I can't relate to something like that.
He's 15 with the IBF at the moment, just one place behind Lewie Edmondson, and Willie Hutchinson's in those rankings. Lyndon Arthur.
Well, Ben's got his rematch with Liam Cameron coming up.
That's coming up,
which is absolutely the right fight to happen off the back of what happened.
Is it?
That's absolutely the right fight to be taking place, isn't it? Liam Cameron against. Ben
he's taking his glasses off.
Yeah,
now.
for sure. Yeah, see, you got me salivating now. He's saying all these names and whatever else, but yeah. I feel like Liam Cameron deserves the opportunity again. He's a nice guy, someone that we can all relate to. I fly his flag as well. Very nice guy. Don't want to go in a ring with him because I'm going to have to hurt him, and I don't want to hurt a nice guy. He's cool. But I feel like he deserves that. Ben Whittaker needs to right or wrong, because I feel like we all have the same type of opinion on what happened there. So that fight, that can go ahead. That's fine. That's cool. I have no issues with that. I want to see who the winner is, and then we can see what Ezra Taylor can do with that. But for now, I'm just focused on the 10th of May. Lewie Edmondson, yeah, that was fun last weekend. Seen what I needed to see, but now he's out of my head for now. And then, I've got Troy Jones, and he's a game fighter, man. I know him personally, and I know his game. So I just got to be making sure that I'm locked in, all eyes on 10th of May.
Will you meet Joshua Buatsi, Anthony Yarde? Are they on your radar? I know, your 11 fights, isn't it?
Yeah.
They might be 7 or 8 fights away, 2 years away yet. Are those guys that you want to lock into at some point?
Yeah, 100%. Like I said, I feel like I'm not a prospect anymore. I'm very much a contender. I'll take these fights as well. And again, it's nothing personal. But when I was coming up, I was looking at these guys. I was looking at Anthony Yarde and Joshua Buatsi. These are, at the time, the golden boys. But now they're starting to slow down, but I'm starting to accelerate. So there's only one way we're going to find out what's going to happen and who the best is in Britain first, and then I'll start conquering the Europeans and then branch out and then hopefully the world at some point. So, yeah, Buatsi, Lyndon Arthur, Anthony Yarde, Craig Richards, they're all there. It's like snakes and ladders. They lose a fight, they come down on the ladder, and guess who you're around now?
You got your foot on the ladder there,
waiting. I've got my foot on there. I'm saying, yeah, what's up? How you doing? So then, yeah, we're gonna have to get it on at some point.
But what Gareth's alluding to there, and the names that you're mentioning, the British light heavyweight scene is extremely exciting.
Brilliant.
Right at this moment in time. Obviously, you've got guys coming up, you've got guys coming down. They're all starting to fight each other, it seems, right now, which is always a good thing. Becoming the British Commonwealth champion, if that is in your journey this year, which I've no doubt is on your calendar, that then puts you in a really prominent position to then get on a microphone, call somebody out that maybe has been at a world title level, someone like, for example, a Lyndon Arthur or a Craig Richards, something like that, of which then propels you into 2026 for some seriously big money-making fights.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. I just feel like that's an accolade that makes sense. I'm a British boxer. I want to become a British champion. I said it already. I don't think Lewie Edmondson is a real British champion. He's doing Britain an injustice, like I keep saying. If you're a champion, you should be of some type of stature. I believe, in my eyes, that's how I see it. So as a champion, I want to showcase great skill. I want to be, a great boxer. I want someone to say, yeah, he's a champion and by rights. Right now, certain people are champions, and I'm not really seeing that. So yeah, like you said, hopefully I'll be able to get those accolades and then crack on and be able to start calling people out properly.
Ezra, obviously Adam will close the segment, but if there's one thing that you do every day when you look in the mirror, when you get up in the morning, when it relates to when it relates to boxing, is what's the thing you tell yourself?
I'm a world champion. I'm doing things that people can't do. As hard as it may get, as hard as it is, and hard is how it has been in the past. This is all meant for me. God ain't gave me anything that I can't deal with, and I'm here now. And if you look at my past and look at my accolades, I haven't really done a lot, but where I am right this moment is enough to celebrate. You know what I'm saying? I'm very blessed and highly favoured, and I'm amongst these guys. Like, I'm here right now, And to a lot of people, it may be nothing. You know, these guys do this on a regular basis. For me, it's not.
Just to wrap this up, just to give people a little bit more sugar on what you're doing, we're always big fans of guys that take themselves out of the comfort zone and go and do the work elsewhere. I know that LA sounds brilliant, doesn't it? Sunshine and all that type of thing. And I know that it's a fantastic place. We've been there on many occasions. However, from your point of view, taking yourself out of that comfort zone, putting yourself in a gym that has got some serious characters in that gym. You've been working a bit with Malik Scott. I believe you're going to be doing a pre-camp in the build-up for what you've got coming up on May the 10th. You've got some elite sparring.
I have indeed.
Coming your way. Is this right?
Yeah, you're right. I'm going to LA on Monday to train again with Malik Scott, strength and conditioning coach with Halley as well. Amazing people, great energy. And then I'll get to spar with Zurdo Ramirez, who's obviously preparing for a fight as
Fantastic.
well. So
Cruiserweight champion. Yeah.
Cruiserweight champion, you know, he's been super middleweight, light heavyweight, fought Bivol. So
Mexican tough as hell in an LA gym.
Tough as nails. We're going to be sparring in that heat.
The golden southpaw.
Love it.
Yes, exactly that. And I want to excel and get better. And I'm not saying that's the only way to get better. That's one of the ways. There's so many variables.
The weather's not bad either.
The weather's not bad, and the food's great as well. You know what I'm saying? And everything else, but the work's good out there. And I come back a refined boxer. And you know, I come back to the Loughborough University with Angel, Ray, and I hone my skills, and then I go and showcase it on Fight Night.
Lovely.
We're looking forward to seeing you do your thing in front of your own people in Nottingham, which is a good thing, on May the 10th. Make sure you're checking that out. Lee Wood and Anthony can catch you at the top of the bill, and this man doing his thing as well. And who knows, hopefully at some point we'll be speaking to you on the build-up towards a British title fight. That'll be pretty special, won't it?
God willing.
Ezra, thank you very much for your time, my man. Much appreciated.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.